let's look to tomorrow. Let's look to a better tomorrow. And again, what do we mean by this? We mean physically better, but we don't just mean physically better with full vaccine rollout and herd immunity, although that is first and that's critical. We don't just mean economically better in the sense of shops and offices being open again and back to business as usual. What we mean is that the economic trends created and oftentimes just accelerated by COVID actually play to the natural strengths of Greater New Orleans. And so if we're smart and we make the right decisions today, then we can exit from this crisis with an economy with even more potential for prosperity than we had pre-COVID. We can have an economy and a quality of life that is truly better tomorrow for everyone. But first, a little history. If you look at this chart, what you see is that going back to 1980, after the oil bust, we went into a period of slow stagnation and decline. We were losing people, we were losing companies, we were losing GDP. And so then when Katrina hit, many people thought that it was the tragic, very sad, but somewhat inevitable end of a once great city and region. We then experienced something that we call radical resilience, where we didn't just come back, but we came back in many ways better than before. We were doing things post-Katrina that wouldn't have been thought possible in terms of the economy, in terms of good government before the event, let alone after the greatest engineering failure in American history. And so then we moved into this period of trying to get into critical mass, which was about getting enough companies, enough population, enough capital to get into a virtual cycle that was self-perpetuating for growth. When COVID hit, obviously the entire world was affected. And now here's where we are today. And so the question is, which way are we going to go? Are we going to take advantage of these opportunities that are in front of us to continue our trajectory of growth towards critical mass and being self-sustaining? Or are we going to let them slip by? And are we going to fall back to this low trajectory of stagnation? Obviously, there's only one acceptable answer. So let's talk about that and about making a better tomorrow.